I know what's that. I know. Then nuke me, daddy. So, Rocket Man is going to be something related to rockets. Benny and the Jets is probably going to be a squadron of jets or something, you know? So I'm going to probably sit down, spend a few hours, have a stream or two where we dev all of that, probably like a week or two before I announce the event, and then we'll run something like that. I also need to see when we update our main mod set in TSB, because I don't want to time this event with that, because I don't want us to change the mod set and I lose a bunch of stuff. So I got to look into that as well. But that's one of the many things I'm juggling right now. So I think it would be pretty damn cool. But let's go ahead and put the prediction up. All right, who will win the second round of EUFNF? And from the sound of TFAR, that tells us that we are starting. So give me 1 second. I want to switch these out so we have blue be blue 4 and op 4 be the other option. There you go. There's the prediction. All right, F1, PJ, page up, everything's going. I just hit P as a meme now, or is it J? I always forget which one the tracer is. I know Barb yells at me every single time to remind me which one it is, and I always forget because I'm a dum-dum. At first it was like, help me pay bills so I can make Arma missions, and help me pay down my payment for my house. Now it's, help me go see an Elton John concert. I know, right? But basically the money will go into that, and then the rest I'll probably put as a down payment for the mortgage, because, well, we have to do that. But anyway, let's get into review for the operation here. So we've got Op 4 attacking. Op 4 is being led by Nemesis. That is a name I was never expecting to see there. Okay. It's not that he's a bad commander. He's a member of FNF. He's also, a member of Scandi Recon. He also commands, not commands actually, I think Azariah is more the commander for Scandi Recon itself, but he's an FNF staff member.
Nem, you want me to go grab people?
And he's going to be leading this one. Interesting. All right, so I'm going to deliver a lot of scrutiny to him because I like to mess around. Either way, fun fact, never mention Yanni's mom around Nemesis, all right? He gets a little stir-crazy, all right? But anyway, with that out of the way, we've got Vargrant under him. His marksman is Afval. I have never seen him take that role, so I have no idea what to expect. All right. Edwin and Paladin are also going under there, 2 members of ML that are part of X-Ray. All right. Maz is going to be Platoon 1 HQ. That's why you can hear him talking and organizing things with Nemesis. We have Rodri, Jonathan, Short, Cheese, all under Alpha 1. Alpha 2 has Navy, Max, Spiky RP, Not Bay, Dooley, and Grab taking Bravo 1. Scandi Recon taking up in Charlie 2, SOF under Platoon 2 HQ with Melvin and Skip from 1RCC. And we have Tass, Pepega Pirates, and Pierce Fawn's Coac. I forget what group they are a part of. Oh, excuse me. It's 1RW. That's what it is. So a very good Op 4 roster. 2 of the most powerful communities, I would argue, in the same group. And being led by an FNF staff member that also does really well from time to time. Used to be one of my top favorites, but I will be honest, ever since UPSE showed up, rebranded as Pepega Pirates, and then people like Stark have come out, I will admit I think Nemesis is no longer one of the best. But he's still really, really good, but I mean, some of the stuff we've witnessed recently from certain players, I think just kind of outshines what Nemesis has done recently. But again, still a very good player. I cannot stress that enough. Now, looking at their assets here, they got 2 BTR-80s, 2 transport gases, and then some transport gas trucks. These aren't the version that you can turn out of. Instead, they've got the 2 back hatches that you can turn out of instead. Otherwise, it would be like a little gunner position that a machine gunner can come out of. Usually they would mount, like, you know, the PKP. Actually, no, it would be a PKM and the AGS, but they unscript the AGS as ammo. And they also have a transport helicopter, which, by the way, is being flown by Bazooka and Holton. But it does have PKTs on the side. So some 7.62 machine guns. Okay. And they've got this big RHS Blue 4 ammo box, which is interesting enough. Their primary battle rifle is the Croatian VHS or VHZ. I forget. It's honestly, people argue the worst battle rifle you can get in Arma 3 in terms of stats, but it's still a 5.56 weapon. If someone's doing well, they can still work wonders with it. But otherwise, a pretty good attack group. We also have old Soviet minefields. All right, I'm going to go looking for... Oh, wait, nope, there it is. Interesting. So that's an anti-tank mine. Huh. So are these only anti-tank mines? Because how they work is if you don't meet the weight limit to push the pressure plate down, then the mine doesn't go off. For Arma, I'm not sure if it's if they script it to certain vehicle classes or whatnot, but... Yeah, alright, so that's just all AT mines. What about this one? It is all also AT mines. Interesting. Yeah, AT minefields out of nowhere. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look at the Blue 4 roster. Here we got Fisher commanding, a name that I don't really recognize either for ground commanding FNF. So this will be an interesting match to see two commanders that normally don't step up to command taking charge here. He's got members of TSB, Slushy Riccardi with Green Thumb Research. It is Slushy taking the marksman rifle. It's going to be a 20-round Mark 11. All right. Mello taking Platoon 1 HQ. Whoop, didn't mean to click that. Jib. Falcon apparently used teleportation. I don't know what he means by that, and at this point I'm too scared to ask. He DM'd me on Discord. Nordic Prophet taking the medic in Alpha. So Nordic Prophet, he is one of my viewers that has been around for a while, and he recently started jumping into FNF, which I'm really proud of him for doing. This is, I believe, his 3rd or 4th week in it. Or at least the week I've seen him in it. So he's been doing quite well. I think it's actually the 3rd. But I could be wrong. It might be the 4th. Otherwise, Dingo, head honcho of EU, leading Alpha... Actually, no, leading Alpha 1, excuse me. Indigo Fox leading Alpha 2. Shy, Fred, Patriot, Bacon. Good names in there. We got 28th CAD, a newer group to FNF in here. Lucode with PLH leading his group with, you know, Aim at the Stars, Mike, Cardboard. The only name I honestly don't recognize are these two. 4IB with Stark is in Blue 4, so for all of you Stark fans out there, you know who to bet on. We got Broken with Foxtrot 2, and I was right, these are Humvees with M240s. Do not drive them through the river. They are not going to get through the river. They do this every week, and they lose a vehicle. Oh, no. PFC Holt, Norris, Private Holt, so some 29th ID guys in here. Ghoster and Legs taking Gamma. They just jump into the river. Yeah, it's too deep, guys. Just find a land crossing. Actually, I don't think they can find a land crossing. Never mind. I mean, reading the map itself right here, you're not going to be able to find a position across from the map. You're going to have to literally drive down the bank. I would say maybe here is a decent spot, but then it gets really deep in the middle that you can see. But, oh, they could, but it gets a little too deep in my opinion. That's one of those things where you just have to know after finding it so many times to see if it's good enough for a Vic to cross, and usually the answer is no. The 1117, though, could do it, because it is actually an amphibious Vic. Crewmen of the river, what is your wisdom? Clown, how are you doing, my friend? So what happens, Don, is when you bring a Vic into the water, it floods the engine. So the engine starts taking damage after a certain amount of the Vic is sunk in. Usually that's determined by if you get the engine block, or at least where the engine is, under the water. And that's when the engine starts taking damage. Now, the engine will keep running until the engine turns red, which will only be...
Hello, Liru. How are you today?
It's only about 5 seconds, if that, for the engine to go from perfectly healthy to red. So it's a very short window. And when you hit water, it reduces your speed pretty hard. So you could technically run it through, but there's also the chance that you get caught like right here with your engine coming out of the water, but you took enough damage for it to kill the engine. So Vic Cruz could still then repair the engine and do it, but it's tough. But it doesn't screw with any other variable, it just screws with the engine. Extra cooling, yeah, right? You flood the engine. Mr. Cool, or excuse me, Mr. Squid, my bad. Thank you so much for the 4-month resub, my man. I am doing fine. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a kick out of this scenario. Yeah, exactly, War Sage. We see time and time again in FNF where they'll try to drive through a river and they will screw the... I think actually the last time it happened was on Kujari, like a month or two ago. Had to have been 2 or 3 months ago, actually. But that AO was, like, over here somewhere. Or it might have been up here. I forget where, but it was including the river. So that it happens. It happens a lot more often than you think. But otherwise, 5 minutes remaining. Still have time to put bets down. A lot of you are betting on blue. No, you're betting on red. Red is the second option. So, I see, because of the Scandi Recon Pepega Pirate bias and a member of Scandi Recon's commanding. Let's actually look at the AO here. And let me remind you guys what the defensive assets are. It's 2 M240 Vics and a 1117.
Is this a good spot?
Ooh, yeah. A little too close there. Now, here's the deal about 1117s. They are really, really powerful. It wasn't a 1117 because they're amphibious. The water stops at around right here. And if you notice the shape, it actually, you can tell it's an amphibious Vic because of how it bulges out like this, because it's meant to float right there.
You know, only
but
sit right between 2 very live barrels.
Usually when you see a 1117 in these style ops, it is a very big strategy that is not really well done anymore, but it used to be a lot bigger, I want to say like 3 months and before, is it would rush to the enemy side and try to intercept enemy transport Vics and eliminate them, and you would basically kill an entire enemy squad and almost certainly guarantee the victory. Even if it got really close, and because your opponent who's attacking has the number advantage, because you were able to wrestle that number advantage away, it would pretty much guarantee the defenders a victory. And I can't think of any example where the defenders were they made a successful counterattack and the attacking faction still won. Now, when you compare that to OFCRA, OFCRA has had plenty of ops where the defenders are able to get a free squad kill early on, but the attackers are still able to tactically utilize their forces because they have double the time for the round and still win it. But that's also because they have more powerful assets on both sides usually. So it's half and half. Jano, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Do exclamation point FNF. Stefanix already did it. Yeah, that'll lead you to this community. And I also give instructions on how to get in. But I think they also have instructions on their site as well. But basically, if you want to play as a solo player, you have to request to be in the group Centaur, which are the solo join-ins. Or like small group join-ins or community join-ins, because a community can only reserve every week to play in NA or EU. 2 minutes remaining. If I were to bet, I would probably bet Op4 too, and I don't mean to streamer curse you guys, but they have the better players, they have 2 BTR 80s, they've got a transport Vic that can completely reposition a lot of infantry at once, and normally that doesn't matter, but Nemesis has the know-how to know if he needs to transport out an entire enemy group. It is round 2, by the way. So this could go either way. Blue 4 has the advantage of they can consider these minefields as places that the enemy is more than likely not going to go. And considering the casual atmosphere of FNF, I don't expect FNF to try to maneuver through minefields except if it's Scandi Recon. Did they drown their... No. You can't drown a 117, though. No, it's over here.
The screen.
No, the Vic they drowned like 2 or 3 months ago was a Humvee, if I remember correctly. But the 117's amphibious. There's no way to drown it unless you commit Arma voodoo and you somehow go in on an angle and it still drowns your Vic. Like, unless one of the Humvee crews just drowned themselves, but I haven't seen any Vics try something stupid like that today. They went up to the water and saw if they could cross, but they backed away from it. That's what you get for believing chat. Yeah, chat will get you. Chat used to get me all the time, too. So OFCRA, funny enough, James, actually, as of yesterday, waived the 5-minute delay. So I don't have to do a 5-minute delay for them anymore. They might switch me back to a 5-minute, but it seemed to work really well. I don't know what to say, because FNF is fun because you have multiple rounds, and it's quicker-paced PvP. OFCRA can get boring with a lot of dead air time because you're just waiting for the players to transition. But now that I don't have the 5-minute delay, I can bullshit more with chat. So it makes up for it. But when you start seeing tanks and autocannons and armed helicopters start dicking on each other, that's fun to watch. I would argue that's my favorite part about PvP, is just watching really powerful assets just absolutely annihilate each other, you know? So, I would say combat-wise, I tend to prefer OFCRA when they do fancier assets. Otherwise, the infantry play of FNF can also get pretty intense. But, I mean, both of them I usually pull out a few good highlights through every mission. But once in a while I don't, and that's from both OFCRA and FNF. So it's really hard for me to pick a favorite, because it's like comparing apples and oranges. OFCRA is an hour and a half long round that focuses more on tactics, whereas FNF is more on quick fights and swarm tactics to beat the clock. So both are one life PvP events. They're both fruit, apple and orange, but it's tough. It's a tough call. It depends on what I feel like that day, you know? That's why we have Fridays for FNF and Thursdays for OFCRA and sometimes Tuesdays. Oh, yes, OFCRA also tends to have some Galaxy brained plays. That's a good one, too. It wasn't a Humvee either, the Vic that drowned? Yeah, you're right. I forget what it was. It might have been a Gaz. It was some sort of Op4 Vic, actually. It had to have been a Gaz. I'll have to review it later. Or, I mean, if someone finds the video on the Shenanigans channel, feel free to post it, because we allow links again. But it looks like Nem is going to ride the northern median. This fucking mad lad. You know what he's doing? He's going to ride the northern median, bypass the minefield, come on this MSR, and then attack it from the rear and completely bypass Blue Force defense lines. Oh, my God. The fucking chat. And then he can use his aircraft to just bait Blue 4 into thinking he's going to come up the MSR. I think he just had X-Ray's Gaz cross. Yeah, so they found a nice little shallow point. When you can see the, when it's not dark blue like this, when you actually see the orange, kind of like that, that's where you know it's a bit safer for the Vics to cross. So I wouldn't be surprised if that Vic took a little bit of engine damage from that, but they were able to successfully get across. That's why I trust Nem. Well, Nem, I don't mean to toot TSB's horn, though, but Nem was around in the time where What's That and Sniper Wolf were doing all of their really elite trainings, like Sniper School and how to ground command properly, platoon lead properly, squad lead properly. So Nem has all of that information. And he's played in a variety of different operations. So he knows how to do tactics, because I wouldn't say TSB ops nowadays are heavy on tactics, at least not mine. I focus more on pure fun. But back in the day, I did focus a lot on tactics. So he's part of that old breed. So I'm not surprised that he's gone along with this style of plan. Now, it is going to get, unfortunately, caught by Green Thumb here, but he only has a short range. So it's going to take a few minutes for Blue 4 to react to this. I know, Keck tactics, exactly. Like, most people in Arma just want to play it like it's Warzone or something, and I try to provide that, but, you know, you got to have some tactical limitations and whatnot. So X-Ray is going to cross down here. They're basically, I think, going to get around and try to do some recon. But I want to try to watch when Green Thumb's going to notice this convoy coming through. Nice, Squid. I'm not going to lie, I'm not really big into airsoft or paintball right now. I used to have a little phase with airsoft, but not necessarily paintball. I heard someone's voice. Does that mean they're dead? All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. He might have joined the server late. But I don't see any skulls. Weird. I don't know who that was. And now you're having the 240 Humvee fire at the helicopter. That's not actually... Nope, that's an Mi-8. I thought it was a 24 for a hot second, so that's why I was about to say it's not going to do much. But against an 8, yeah, 240 Bravo can actually do a good chunk of damage to that. Overall group cohesion is greater than tactics. Yes. You could have a group that knows each other really well charge an open field, and they would do better than any tactical plan that Blue 4, or excuse me, the side you're attacking can come up with. So Green Thumb's going to notice these Vics coming in, but the 1117 got redeployed up here. Interesting. So I don't know if that's because Fisher figured out there might be a gap in his line. Green Thumb didn't notice these Vics yet. I mean, he just did, and he's now going to be able to call them out, but it's a little sus, if you ask me. Like, just magically redeploying a force up here. You know, 2 out of your 3 armed vehicle assets. I guess I get it. I think you're telling me to hydrate too, by the way. The BTR's 14.5mm can pierce the 1117's armor, and the 50 cal on the 1117 can pierce the BTR. That 240, though, that cannot pierce a BTR, though. Yeah, so I think Grainfield, he's able to radio through short range to these guys, which are now coming up, and they'll be able to radio to those guys, especially since Research has a long-range radio. But Op4 didn't arrive to Green Thumb by the time these Vics were already moving north. So, again, either Fisher predicted it properly, or maybe someone's being interesting. I hate to make accusations, but no offense, it is a little suspicious when Op4 pushes all of their forces in one angle, and then before Blue 4 has any way to detect it, Blue 4 just magically sends everything up north. You know what I mean? It's a little sus. Don't get me wrong, there's coincidences all the time, but it's something you got to think about too. But I'm going to go under the assumption that it was a really good prediction by Blue 4 Command, because I don't know much about Fisher. So I'm thinking Fisher had a good defense line here. He put all of his units out. He had his guys test the river earlier and say, hey, river crossings are going to be a no-go for Vics. So now he's trying to figure out where Op4 is going to bring their Vics. And you got this big amount of water right here, too. And you generally don't see Vics cross water like that. That's the PKT firing from the helicopter in the town. So he's done a really defensive turtle strategy here, but I think he then realized, hey, I can still be flanked from the north. Otherwise, you got the 1117 firing. And it has effectively eliminated that BTR crew. It's 2 dead, 1 knocked unconscious. Legally, Green Thumb could run up and take that Vic, but he's got Op4 coming up to him. Oh, and he just put his back to him at the worst possible bind. Malin getting a Hillary Clinton. Azariah taking a leg shot from that 117. Oh, Green Thumb unfortunately committed suicide. Multiple shots to the back. What a shame. I guess we could also technically... Did they just GL their own... Maybe they think it got stolen? I don't know. I guess we could start saying he got McAfee too. Really? All right, they're not going to risk it. They're going to demo the asset. Interesting. Ah, yes, Op4 have a gentleman's policy. If the 117's able to kill the people in the BTR, Op4 will demo it for free. What a lesson. Ooh, who did he just pick off? He's got Eander and Azariah down. Not killed. Oh, double taps on Eander. Fine shooting by that Vic. But now you've got the 14.5 millimeter from this BTR keyholing. Shooting a little high, but G-Legs the gunner is dead. Managed to clip him in the face there. Ghoster's gonna now back away before that 14.5 millimeter can reload, which usually takes about 15 to 20 seconds. Don't worry about it, Dream. So Vex also flanking. I mean, yeah, Slushy, but again, if you have a defensive line right here, the easiest way for you to go check this line would be to send your vehicles. But yeah, it is a little sus, but I'm thinking it was just proper commanding and hedging your bets of, okay, you have a great defensive line right here. You had some recon assets out here. Where's the gap in your line? Right here. And they already had Green Thumb up there. So backing them up with some vehicles to go on one edge of the map does seem a little sus, but at the same time, at least that also keeps your Vix in reserve, because what if you get an attack right here, you can then sneak your Vix around and then attack the rear. So it's not just a defense application. I think Blue 4 might have also been thinking to use this angle as well to then flank Op4's attack if Op4 went for a more centralized attack. So there's multiple reasons it could have been done, but you know, it did look a little sus in the beginning, but as we talk about it and think about it, we can ponder and speculate why Blue 4 might have done that. Yeah, the medic's in the minefield. I noticed that too. Because we already have Smith, Eason, and Stark coming around on the rear. Ooh, and Stark has AT. He has the MAT weapon, the medium anti-tank too. Interesting. Well, based off of the unit dynamic, Tropic, there's no way Blue 4 knew that Op4 was coming up this angle. So that's why it looked a little weird, because the only way they would have known is if they had outside help, because the two Vics were coming around, but I think it was just set up for something else. And I bring it up because there have been in the past a few, not stream sniping related. Ooh, Riccardi got spotted by Miller. Oh, he's dead. How are you not dead? There we go. Took bullets coming from Nim to hit him. Jesus. I've noticed people seem to be a little more tankier today than usual. But there was an incident. I forget the community. First off, two incidents. One wasn't really meta-aim, but people were hiding in chimneys in an op a few months ago. That was a funny one. But apparently there was a few guys where once they died, they were communicating through Steam messages. Because dead people, once you die, you go into a spectator mode and you can see everything. They were using Steam chat to tell them where people were and shit. So, again, I have to, as a streamer here, I also have to be watching to make sure if things are being played fairly, and if I have a strong suspicion about something, I'll bring it up to Dream, and he'll deal with it. Stop discussing cases? Bro, it's from forever ago, but if that's an actual rule, yes, I will shut up about it. I'm curious how 4IB is going to do this, because we have a fan favorite back here. And I want to see it. I want to see Stark do something amazing again. It was a joke. 3 versus literally the entire enemy team. But we've seen Stark do some crazy shit. Place your bets. See, I wish we could do predictions while we had an active prediction running. So we could say, hey, is Stark gonna do well or is he gonna choke? Place your bets now. Maybe I'll come up with a second currency, or maybe a plugin to do stuff like that as well. Again, there's a lot of things I want to research into Twitch. We already have all the audio snippet stuff for mainly Phasmophobia. By the way, this weekend we'll be doing Phasmo, and I'll be doing it in VR, so you can troll me with those damn audio sound bites. But yeah, we could literally make gambling, and I just take 10%, easy. We can, I can make my own betting app and make it FNF rating. And it does look like Nem is going for a pincer. Half of his force is going to cut through here. The other half going to go on the strong defensive line. What the fuck did that chopper just do? It... You saw that on the map, right? It just... I think it hit the tower. So an air asset kamikazed into a tower. And the 4th of July is in 2 days. Barb's telling me to fuck right off with that. I make bad jokes, okay? Wait a second. Alright, X-ray on the rear line over here. Yeah, I'm gonna redo the background chat as well. I've got to look into a few plugins for that. 4IB coming up, but Standards is now pulling ooh, does Standards see him? I think Standards saw them. And when Standards sees people to shoot, Standards gets excited. Standards is now... Oh, he might have just seen E-Scene. Ooh, yes, Standards is very excited. Oh, I'm not sure if Standards can hear me. But Standards, I think he wants blood. Alright, Standards. Are you going to stop 4IB? Are you going to be the Neo of this Matrix? Are you going to claim the W? Oh, he's looking down that way, but he doesn't notice Stark's Smith. Oh, I think he just saw Smith. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. He's checking, making sure these guys are alone. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, his mine detector started going. Get him. Hit Smith. Dun, dun, dun. Knocks him out. Yeah, so the mechs have mine detectors. Interesting. Alright, so he's going to stop 4IB's advance, but now OpFor's potentially turning guys around because they hear those gunshots. He might have also radioed it up, so now they're sending more forces to go check it out. Oh, that's unfortunate, but we also got more Resurgent Dog 4 coming around, but Short and Cheese are on the rear line. Now OpFor's going to start sneaking forces in. Holton survived, and he is still up. He's chilling in a tower. Oh, no. And Fisher no longer exists. And Mellow's like, grenade. And that wall got knocked over. Grenade again. And he's dead now. Why did that wall get knocked over? Maybe from the shrapnel? I don't know. Arma be Arma. Alright, so Smith got double tapped. Stark is now running for it. But unfortunately, Standards knows how to aim. And lead his shots. Maybe I just streamer cursed him. So this is how Tony Stark manages to survive in the Avengers. By running. Yeah, I got music in the background, just on the quiet side. Run, Forrest, run! That's a good one. The Serpentine, right? Oh! The pilot getting smoked by the 240 Bravo. Yep, so they've pulled back. Norris is now walking around the rear as well. He's still got the 240 Vicks active. I wonder where the 117's gone. Oh, here it is. So she's right on the defensive line. Got some fortifications dug right here as well. Please check DMs when I have the time. Very important, you say. All right, well, let me try to put some space away. Is Stanners Harrison? I know Harrison is an FNF player. Did Stanners make this mission? Because, what? They're DMs for a reason? What? Then write if it's an admin issue. If you tell a streamer to check something, he's going to check it. And then ask for clarification. I know, I should just quit streaming right now, right? Not cut out for this one. All right, Bronson getting knocked out as Pepega Pirates leads the charge here. You have Ghoster turning the Vic around. I think with a new battle buddy in there because G-Legs is dead. There's the +1 right there. Bronson took another hit. He's got to be careful. Ooh, and we've got Blue 4 right behind a group of Op 4, Dog 4, and Resurge. This could get ugly. I honestly can't tell what he's shooting at. Looks like he missed in that opening spray. Op 4 turned around. They were able to get Dog 4. Resurge just got a drop on someone. Now he's going for Medal. Oh, Medlin getting the drop there. I went a little British there, too. Interesting. So got Dog 4. Oh, he woke back up, I think. Now he's returning fire. Gets another drop. And he gets dropped again. Well, that's because GLs and FNF aren't always the most effective when body armor is used. If there's no body armor like it was in World War II, then explosives are a lot more effective. But because if someone has a chest rig or a plate carrier, they're re-scripted to all have a decent chunk of body armor to it. So explosives aren't entirely effective. But anyway, I think Nem is trying to, in this pincer attack, make Blue 4 push their defensive line north to try to cover against the first pincer so the second pincer can come around and try to hit these objectives from the rear. But Fisher has done a really good job in instructing his units to hold position, to hold the defense lines. So no matter where Op4 is going to attack from here, they're going to be... They're going to fight resistance either way, and that might help thin out the attack. But again, it's just going to mean that whoever has the better sight lines in PvP here is going to win the match. Oh, fuck. That guy just got picked off. It was a 240 Bravo gunner shot by Skip. Skip on his second kill. That was a great single shot. Right in the face. What scares me, though, is we have the marksman team coming around on the rear. Great eyes by Vex. This is, he's on 3 kills, firing at Nafs to try to make his 4th. But Op4 X-Ray might be able to intercept this asset and take it out. Shadow, I do not know. Were you the guy in here? If you were the guy over there and you just got dropped, it was Skip. You were SPC Spartan. Hmm? Might as well check, right? You hear the BTRs coming up and starting to engage now. Were you blue 4 or op 4? Because I'm blind as a bat. Oh, ground commander got picked off. Oh, he was one of the 2 that was up here and shot. That's why blue 4 isn't maneuvering, because they don't have any command. You were op 4. That's not you, is it? Yeah, I don't see a guy labeled as Spartan. Oh, you were Specialist Adrian in Delta. Gotcha. Yeah, alright, I don't know what picked you off, but there's a good chunk of defense lines right here, so probably one of these guys. X-Ray now pushing around. 240 Vic is coming around to patrol. Might spot Paladin. Paladin is missing all of those gunshots. Vic doesn't want to over push because Edwin's trying to get the shot there. So it backs away from that situation. You got 2 kills, right? Good enough. As long as you were positive in your KD. 2 for 1. RPG took out one of the BTRs. And Holt is being... Nope, he got hit in that Vic. Actually, who's driving? Yeah, Holt unconscious. Norris is driving. Both sides taking a good chunk of casualties here, but I think Op 4 has the number advantage. Blue 4's counterattacks were ineffective. And although Blue 4 still has all their vehicle assets, Op 4 is gaining a good chunk of ground. As they're advancing in territory here, Recon has found 1 cache and they are attempting to dead it by mag dumping. But it looks like they're going to give up on that because they just don't have the ammo. Why do they always resort to grenades? I've never seen a grenade destroy a cache. I think except maybe once. Also, explosive trap went off in this building, knocking out a good chunk of Pepega pirates, but I don't see any KIAs there. Yeah, no one's died in their roster yet. Meldon getting picked off by the 1117 here. Yes, Clown, your boys made it in. Well, it's only certain classes that have demo charges, the guys with the triangles in their name. And it's not just demo charges anymore. They could also take tripwire mines, 2 HE and 2 flare, or they can have 4 explosive charges or 2 satchels. Usually it was just 2 satchels. Vargrant, I think, is going to kill Hillary Clinton. That was definitely a suicide, guys. Definitely. Meanwhile, Bronson is breaching this building and is dead. Dingo said no. So X-Ray having full control of this area. We're just seeing some medical done in here. Ooh, Demo Specialist Cheese is trying to run up to this vehicle to see if he can demo it. Oh, ho, 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 ho. But the gunner was watching the rear and Cheese is turned into Swiss. Op 4 trying to breach this position. 2 of them have died here. Oh no, if Dooley's here, does that mean T5 Bay is dead? No! He was killed off. Aim at the stars! Dooley wakes up first, okay. Huh. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how I feel about that one. That was an interesting firefight there. That wasn't even a trail. Well, Falcon almost getting killed by Nemesis, and I guess Falcon's now coming in to give Nemesis a piece of his mind. Probably went around something like, you old man, watch your fire. I'm not Yanni's mom. You can't hit me whenever you... Wait. No. Never mind. Anyway. Alright, we got the Vic over here. Skip up here. I'm so glad Yanni's not in my chat to hear me talk about his mom. The third cache is in this building. Op 4 attempting to come in and do another breach, but 50 cal killed one of these guys as they crossed in. Really good vehicle overwatch is being done here by that 117. If it is allowed to continue getting good overwatch like that, then I don't think Blue 4 is going to have... No, Op 4 is not going to have... Whoa, actually, never mind. Looking at the amount of guys that are here, I don't think that 117 is going to be able to make that big of a dent in Op 4's numbers. Dingo came out, got another kill. You can still see the body twitching. Oh, Hillary Clinton time. Fonz is like, yes, this is fine. And then Dingo proceeds to shoot him in the ass. Short AT, that was a Moz round getting fired on Spiky. Looks like Spiky's battle buddy's also down. Oh, Stark, you magnificent bastard. Double tapping Spiky. I was calling him Sparky, my bad. Two different people. So Stark, technically on 1 kill, knocked out Spiky. I doubt Spiky is going to live unless Hirdo finds her and pulls her in, but then Stark is just going to get another kill. But Stark has a better idea. But Stark just got shot. So he's going to serpentine away. 117 coming in. These guys don't have AT. Do they have explosives? Nope. But they have an AT guy coming. It's Koek. Koek does have an RPG-26. So it's a good map, but it can be really laggy with a lot of people. Hey, Koek. And Koek, I think, is about to realize he knows what he's going to do today. Thankfully, Koek gets the hit. Though an RPG-26 might not always get the kill, it only just damaged the hull. They're going to need a second AT shot. And Kane is head... Oh, no, he's in the body, eating it like a vampire. And no, that wasn't the... That was an explosive charge right here going off. Fred is one-manning up there. And we only have 1 cache left. Falcon getting killed by DJ. Rest in peace, Falcon. You were your machine gun was not enough, I'm afraid. M9 Beretta gain. Oh dear. Maz now going up there. This is looking like an Op 4 victory, guys. I don't really know how else to put it. Maz is Platoon 1 HQ. I mean, they have to know it's this building, because that's the... I mean, it's either that or that building right there. Maybe those two, but some of them are serial boxes, which means you can't enter the building. So yeah, they're going to fully check that one, see it's not in there, so they're going to then swarm that one. So we got Norris and Stark running in. Fred is still holding the high ground. I love how they did a light fortification of this ladder, too. This is the beginning of the end. Norris and Short getting into a firefight. And they're going to pursue each other. Ooh, you have a nice little tower right there. Vagrant now across the way tries to throw a grenade in that building. Totally walks by the grenade, and King gets knocked out while he's eating that poor bastard. Stark got spotted, And now he's in the low. I believe this is Rice. He's trying to crawl away. Actually, don't know what plant that is. I think the soundtrack for Arma 3 is a separate DLC, yes. So this cache is all the way up here. And you're hearing Swallow with that 240 Bravo hold his ground. And fighting against Maz, but it looks like the grenade got Maz. At least finished him off. You hear him reloading. Ooh, Stark running around trying to kill Anderson. Head honcho of NA. Looks like he got, oh no, those are two blue dead guys. Oh, he gets Nemesis. He gets, oh my god, double kill. All right. He's now a crippled boy. Semper doesn't see him. And Anderson's on the prowl. Here comes the 113 after it pulled away and repaired itself a little bit. Oh, and Stark gets found by Anderson. And I just heard another explosion of some sort. 113 driving by and spraying down everything, but oh, DJ just got killed. It's just up to Swola. And he's just trying to make himself some nice lunch. My god, Swola. 2 kills. Still got Fred and Norris in the town. Ooh, who's this running upstairs? It's Vargran. He's joined by Nafs. And Logan. Swola, I think, is stuck bandaging. These guys are going to find the cache, though. And they're starting to try to mag dump it. Oh, there's the 240. Oh, but he gets shot as he overcommits into 2 guys already firing at the cache. And that's GG. Only the 117's alive outside with Patriot and who else in there? Ghoster. Wow, the stolen 249. This might take a hot second. There it is. Never mind. Yes, Falcon, I watched you get gunned down by the 240 Bravo. Congratulations. But anyway, that is going to be it for round 2. Op4 wins, and we will be going into round 3 momentarily. I will also be taking a break. Harrison, I honestly like the AO, yeah. The custom structures in it were pretty nice. 2K view distance was also, I think, a good touch as well. Let's go ahead and see what the 3rd round is, and then I will run the ads. We'll go in intermission, pay off the prediction, and I'm going to go get some more water.